Welcome back to Crusader Shores. Today we'll be looking into the cancelled video game project based upon Darth Maul. The title was initially dubbed as Battle of the Sith Lords, and the game really had some impressive artwork. The game was in the early works during the transfer of copyrighted material and ownership of Star Wars to Disney, and thus fell under the radar and was subsequently cancelled, especially due to the transfer of ownership of development rights of future Star Wars game titles to EA Interactive. Upon first glance, the game gives Force Unleashed vibes. In the early prototype, the game seemed as if it was a third-person slice and dice game in which the player would follow a new backstory of Darth Maul. The concept art for the game is interesting to say the least and contains some really cool sketches and ideas. The concept art shows a lot of ideas, much different to the later ideas that the studio and LucasArts came to agree upon, but they're interesting nonetheless. It's unclear how any of the original concept art could fit in the canon, however. There were Zabrak's interesting Jedi concepts and many Sith characters drawn out. One of the most interesting, perhaps, of all of the contest art pieces was of the Sith Emperor. It is presumed that perhaps this is a newer Sith Emperor, rather than BioWare's Vitiate character. However, the concept looks interesting. Some of the concept shows soldiers and Imperial officers of the new Empire. Perhaps this was a similar concept to Disney's First Order that was going to be used in the game if it was set after the era of the Galactic Empire. The title, later known as Battle of the Sith Lords, was codenamed Project Damage by the development team and initially given the title Maul. The game was to be developed by the company Redfly Studio and unfortunately was cancelled in June 2011. The game was allegedly planned to be released on PC, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and Wii U. The initial idea of the game was to base the story upon the events which happened before the first Star Wars film, beginning on a journey as Darth Maul and ending upon the scene at the end of Episode 1, in which people originally believed Maul was killed. Although Lucasfilm told the developers about Maul's survival after this point, according to the Star Wars Wikia, apparently they did not tell Redfly Studios about the Clone Wars TV series plot and story arcs that Maul would appear in. This led to further confusions of not knowing when or where to base the game's story and how to tell it, which resulted in the studio going their own path and trying to figure out what to create, and eventually planning on making the game based upon stealth. George Lucas, during a meet-up with Redfly representatives, made it clear he believed Maul working with Darth Talon would be a good idea for the plot. However, after being notified that Talon lived over 170 years after Maul, George mentioned that perhaps a descendant or clone of Maul could be used as the main character. Redfly experimented with this idea and began to make progress upon the title. The plot would eventually land upon the concept of Darth Maul and Talon working with each other to take down Darth Krayt and his army of Sith. And of course these characters are part of the expanded universe, which at this point is not yet canon or being made canon by Disney. Another idea was based upon Maul's cause for his attacks on Krayt and his army, being that he disagreed with Krayt's ideals and for going against the original teachings of the Rule of Two concept, in which only one master and one apprentice Sith can coexist at one time. However, when the game began to take substance and began to blossom, some things were going wrong with LucasArts and the migration of rights being handed over to Disney. After not hearing from LucasArts for quite some time, Redfly Studios were notified of the game's cancellation and all progress was seized. As of October 2015, apparently Redfly Studio planned to continue development on an updated tech demo to show LucasArts or Disney in hopes to gain their interest. Although it is unlikely we will see the resurrection of this game, there is still hope. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you liked the video, there are much more on this channel for you to enjoy. If you want to see future videos like this or have any suggestions, feel free to get the discussion started in the comment section below by leaving your feedback. Also, if you did enjoy the content, please help out the channel by subscribing so you don't miss another video. Thanks for watching.